Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The gentleman from North Carolina said just a few minutes ago that his amendment allows for complete 100% disclosure of the financial records of the Federal Reserve. I wish that were true. I think that the gentleman from North Carolina has good intentions, but as we've often heard, the road to hell is sometimes paved with good intentions. And as we've also heard, the devil is often in the details. If I look closely at the wording of his amendment, I'm concerned that in many respects it does the opposite of what I think he's trying to do and what we all seem to agree on, which is that there is a need for a tremendous increase in transparency and accountability at the Federal Reserve Bank. Let me be specific about this. The legislative framework that we're talking about here is 31 U.S.C. Section 714. I understand how tedious it may be to discuss specific language and statutes, but here I don't think you can honestly evaluate this amendment without doing so. The existing statutory limitations on the GAO's auditing of the Federal Reserve, and by the way, it's the only agency singled out in this respect, the Federal Reserve is the only agency singled out, is from 31 U.S.C. Section 714, paragraphs B and C. It's important to note that in no respect at all does the Watt Amendment repeal or even amend the limitations that exist already in paragraphs B and C. In fact, quite to the contrary, if you look at page 2 of this amendment, you'll see that the audits that this amendment appears to authorize actually are not authorized, because it says in the amendment itself that the audits would have to be conducted in accordance with subsection B, and subsection B forbids such audits. So whatever it gives to you with one hand, it takes away with the other. Beyond that, we have, as was pointed out by Dr. Paul, the existence of new limitations on the ability of the GAO to audit. Now, just a few months ago, this body, in conjunction with the Senate and the President, enacted a narrow authorization for the Comptroller General to conduct audits regarding the third undesignated paragraph of Section 13 of the Federal Reserve Act. That now appears in 31 U.S.C. Section 714E. In effect, the Watt Amendment repeals that. An authority that we gave to the GAO just a short amount of time ago is, for all practical purposes, repealed by the Watt Amendment, because the four additional limitations on the GAO's very limited authority that exists right now to audit the Federal Reserve, the four additional limitations include a limitation, specifically on page 6, beginning on line 4, continuing through line 8, that prevents the GAO from conducting any authorization, modification, extension, or termination of any loan or liquidity facility, any audit thereof, under the third designated paragraph of Section 13 of the Federal Reserve Act. So the bottom line, insofar as the Watt Amendment as submitted goes, is this. Right now, there are two limitations on the GAO's ability, very broad limitations I may add, on the GAO's ability to conduct audits of the Federal Reserve Bank. If the Watt Amendment passes, there will be 6. Instead of 2, we have 6. And every single thing that the Watt Amendment purports to do to authorize audits of the GAO, in fact, are subject to the existing limitations and all 4 of the new limitations. For those reasons, I unfortunately regard this as not a step forward, but rather a step back.